Welcome to First Unitarian Church of Orlando. I am Rhonda Rodriguez, serving on our worship team here at 1U. With me in today's service are our minister, Reverend Margalie Belizaire, our music team, including music director Aubrey Connolly Candelario and the Chalice Choir, board member Michael Lewis, and the 1U players, including Elizabeth Horn, Mary DuBois, Mike Haddad, and Maya, Ainsley, James, Lily, and Jade, and Esme, and we might have some other pop-in players as we go along. A special thank you to our Director of Religious Enrichment, Judith Stein-Farrall, for producing the play you're going to see today, although she is unable to be here with us this morning. We also have teams of wonderful people in the background working diligently to ensure that we come together this morning. So thank you to our tech team, our flower team, our welcome team, musicians, our child care team on non-multi-gen days like today, and so many others. We welcome all to join us as we explore our Unitarian Universalist faith, which draws us into a community of justice seekers with a commitment to lifelong spiritual growth and compassionate service to the community. Whoever you are, whoever you love, you are welcome here. You are welcome here, regardless of your color, national origin, gender, sexual orientation, age, physical or mental abilities, economic status, or religious background. We welcome you. For more information about our congregation and announcements, go to orlandouu.org or email info@orlandouu.org. All announcements are on slides before and after the service and have links in the weekly update or on our website. Thanks again for being here in person and online today. Let's see where the chalice went.
Good morning, and please say the words with me as we light the chalice this morning. In the light of truth and the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share. It is so good to be with you this morning. It's such a beautiful day. As you know, we are exploring wonder this month, and let us wonder about the miracle of life as we dedicate 3 children this morning. Let us wonder about the gift of creativity with our pageant, which we are also having this morning. So I want to welcome you on this beautiful and glorious day, and let us worship together. And let's begin by greeting one another. Everyone say hello, and then of course, as usual, Aubrey will try to wrangle us back. And join me in singing our opening hymn, number 408, Wonder of Wonder. It's perfectly suited for a child dedication day, as you will hear.
Life
From the beginning of time, parents and other caregivers have brought their children before their communities and families to dedicate and bless their new lives. We too come from such a tradition. From time to time, we conduct a wondrous ritual called a child dedication ceremony. This ceremony is similar and yet dissimilar to other naming rites. It is a sacrament, which means it is an outward visible sign of an inward spiritual grace. We come here in reverence of life that we have seen and the miracle of birth. We acknowledge that power and we are humbled before it. It is certainly one of the things I'm in awe about, that the miracle of birth. This ceremony will recognize the three children. We will have three children that we'll be dedicating this morning. This ceremony will recognize the worth of these children and potential to change the world. It will bind all of us, family and congregation, into covenant of love and caring. It will acknowledge the mystery of this gift we call life. Our ceremony does not change the children, it changes us. In the ceremony of dedication, we as parents, friends, and members of this congregation pledge ourselves to the growth and spiritual nurturing of these children. So, will the Mulrooney and Martinez family, the Horn family, and the Allen family please come forward? And Lori and Nelson, in bringing James to be celebrated and welcomed into this congregation. Elizabeth and Justin, in bringing Nolan to be celebrated and welcomed into this congregation. And Jennifer and Kirsten, in bringing Sydney to be celebrated and welcomed into this congregation. You acknowledge that they are more than your own creation and your private concern, that they need your loving care and your determination to guide them with understanding and commitment. Your affection and devotion will support them for many years. Do you promise, to the best of your ability, your example, your love and wisdom, to lead Nolan, to lead Sydney, and to lead James into the way of goodness, beauty, justice, and truth? Ansley, as Nolan's big sibling, will you teach him most of what you've learned about growing up, but keeping some just for yourself? And will you do your best to be the best big sister that you can be? Okay. As me, as Sydney's big sibling, will you teach him most of what you've learned about being a kid, and to do your best to share your toys with Sydney? What do you say? Yes? All right. Will the grandparents please come up? All grandparents, to the children up here who are present today, will you come up? Maybe you can gather behind them and you all can come forward a little bit. Grandparents, you play a very important role in the life of these children. You have a special quality, sensitivity, compassion, and understanding to share with the children. Do you promise to support in raising, showering them with love, wisdom, and affection, leading them by your example in the way of goodness, beauty, justice, and truth? I don't suppose anybody have godparents? No, okay. That's okay. Now, the youth of the congregations, the children and youth of the congregation, will you come forward? Children, youth, come on. Maybe some parents can help out. Yes, this is fine too. But if you want to come up, yes, come on up. Oh, so children and youth of this congregation, all right, I see some folks are still walking up. James, Sydney, and Nolan have been brought to be dedicated here today. As they grow among us, they are and will continue to take their place with you in activities in this congregation. Will you welcome them and help them find their way? Will you help support them and help them to the best of your understanding that they too, like you, are precious persons of inherent worth and dignity? If so, say we will. We will. Yes. Now, the entire congregation, if you would rise and body your spirit, friends and family of the families that are up here. Yes, everybody's up. Will you, members, friends, family, rejoice with these parents and the life of their children? By recognizing Nolan, Sydney, and James, you acknowledge that you are willing to care and respect them just as you try to love and celebrate all children. Will you share with these families and the larger community the responsibility of providing joy, safety, and nurturing and challenging, making this place a challenging place for these wonderful, beautiful children as they grow up? If so, say you will. We will. To dedicate James, Nolan, and Sydney, we make use of two elements: flower and water. The flower is a symbol of unfolding life, and water, symbol of purity and freshness, the source from which all life spring, reminding us that while we today embrace these children within the community, they are already part of the wholeness of the world. James, would you come forward and maybe you can get a little assistance? With this flower, I'm just going to tap a certain part of your face. Is that okay? All right. With this flower, I touch your brow. Your lips, we'll pretend we're touching your lips, and your mind. To dedicate your thoughts, your speech, and your deeds to that which is noble, beautiful, and true. Nolan, would you bring Nolan forward? And Nolan, gonna do the same thing, okay? And make sure not to have. With this flower and water, I touch. Thank you. Touch your lips and your mind. To dedicate your thoughts, your speech, and your deeds to that which is noble and beautiful and true. Sydney. Yes. I see you're already teaching, huh? Sydney, with this rose, I touch, such a beautiful smile. Your brow? No, not to eat. And your mind. To dedicate your thoughts, your speech, and your deeds to that which is noble, beautiful, and true. Okay. The garden of the world are full of many flowers, each different and beautiful, each unique. May this flower remind us that all our children are like those flowers, each different, each is beautiful. Today, we give Nolan a rose. We give Sydney a rose. We give James a rose. They are a symbol of the beauty of your living. They have closed buds, or semi-closed buds. and as it unfolds in natural beauty, so too your life unfolds. The thorns have been removed, and symbolism of our dedication to protect you and support you as you grow into your own. So, congregation, I now invite you to greet James, to greet Nolan, and to greet Sydney. And by doing so, you are letting them and their family know that they will always be welcome here among us. Will you say welcome with me? Welcome, Nolan. Welcome, James. Welcome, Sydney. Okay. Thank you. Everyone okay? This is now the time set aside for deep sharing of our hearts and for prayer and meditation. If you have a sorrow that you need witness or help with, or a joy you wish to share, please contribute to a collective sharing of joys and sorrows, which we read here on Sunday mornings. And we invite you to bring all of your joys, all of your sorrows with you when you come here. Come as you are. Your whole self is welcome here and to this space. We are creating sacred space together, and however you come, you are welcome. We have this wonderful joy this morning of dedicating 3 beautiful children in this congregation. So it's a wonderful joy to dedicate James, Nolan, and Sydney. We also receive news from Dale. Some of you may know this already, that Dale had a fall about a week and a half ago, and she has had a total hip replacement. She's presently at Westminster Towers downtown, and she would love to hear from you, and she would love visits. She has indicated to me. So let's send her healing energy, and if you can make the time to reach out, that would be wonderful. And from the larger community, we know that there continue to be threat of COVID. Yes, sometimes we seem to forget it exists, but there continue to be threat of that. There are avalanches right now, one in Colorado, winter storms with tornado and blizzard conditions in the Pacific Northwest, volcano, and the volcano erupted in Hawaii. And right now, we have over 30,000 people in North Carolina without power because it is suspected that somebody attacked an electric substation. So there is much, much going on in the world. And let's send healing energy to the world and keep those who are impacted directly or indirectly by these conditions. We hold the fears and sorrows of all affected by brutality of war, political targets, and other events yet to be named. And for all the joys and sorrows of this community shared and those held close to the heart, let us pray, let us celebrate, and let us send each other healing energy. And I invite us now into meditative prayer, celebrating the life of Sydney, the life of Nolan, and the life of James. Sacred source of all life, and source and the life force in James and Sydney and in Nolan. We are in wonder of the miracle of life. and we are overjoyed with gratitude for the precious life of these children. Grant the parents and to all those who surround these families the wisdom and courage and strength to lead these children in the journey of their lives. May this congregation be for them a firm root, a circle of love, and a source of wisdom and vision. Blessed be. And now I invite you to participate in our candle lighting ritual. Let us wonder about the miracle of life, the laughter of children, the sound of children. We're hearing a lot of that here this morning. You are invited to come up and light a candle, welcoming Sydney, Nolan, and James into our midst, or a candle of remembrance, of loving kindness, or hope, as we all hum, sing, sway, and rock along with "Comfort Me." Please participate in whichever way allows you the space to reflect deeply.
Good morning. I'm Michael Lewis, a member of the 1U Board of Trustees. We invite you now into the practice of generosity. It is one of our spiritual values which sustains the life and the ministries of the church community. Let us be grateful for the opportunity to give, for it is a privilege to be able to do so. And let us be grateful for our needs, for they give us the opportunity to practice receiving. You may support this month's Share the Plate partner, Shepherd's Hope. Shepherd's Hope provides medical care without conditions through free primary, urgent, and specialty care medical services, education and wellness programs to uninsured and underinsured men, women, and children in Central Florida. With more than 310,000 free medical visits and patient services since 1997, they do the work so needed in our area. Their success is due to partnerships with 2,700 licensed medical and general volunteers, 3 community hospital systems, 100 diagnostic secondary providers, and numerous multi-faith and community partners. Patients are served at 5 Central Florida health centers in Orange and Seminole counties. The offering will now be collected. Please note that you can also give online.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows some turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on the way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on the sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
Let us joyfully receive what is offered here today in the spirit of gratitude and fellowship.
Good morning. All right. So Judith could not be here to oversee this year's RE pageant, although she did all the preparatory work. She unfortunately was called away unexpectedly, but in RE land, the pageant must go on. And so here we are. All right, and today's show is called Lighting Our Corner of the Sky, and our players are ready to put on a show, and we hope you enjoy. Just give us a couple moments to finish our setup, and we are going to get going.
Barely an angel had arrived in the land above, the land called Sky. It was winter in the land of Sky, which meant it was dark most of the time, much, much darker than even today's overcast sky.
Maya was assigned the piece of the sky way over yonder. It was kind of out of the way, but it was hers. And the spirit whose voice was the wind assured,
Maya, this is your corner of the sky. You can be who you are. You can say what you think and believe what you must believe.
So Maya begins walking slowly past the clouds. She sets out on a winter's journey. Along the way, she passes through many pieces of sky. They seem to be all shapes and sizes, but very different from one another. And they were barely visible because it was winter, and darkness ruled both day and night.
So Maya learned about her new neighbors, not by what she saw, by what she heard and what she understood. And being new in the sky, Maya had many questions. And her new neighbors told stories of how things began, of what happened to you after your time in the sky was over, about why things happen, and who is in charge of the universe.
One of the first patches that she passed through was the Old North. Here, people honored the earth below the sky, and in the face of winter's darkness, they lit the Yule log for warmth and the glowing promise of another year. Here was the light of hope and faith.
Maya passed as well through the promised land, where folks called themselves God's chosen people. These were people with a passion for justice and a great belief in the power of their God to lead them onward. And here Maya learned about the story of the miracle of the oil, which burned for 8 days, when there was only oil enough for 1 day. Maya saw the candles flickering in memory of the miracles and in remembrances of bravery among great odds, against great odds. Here was the light of courage and of justice.
Maya crossed into a patch of sky called New Bethlehem and hovered behind a star, which beamed so brightly that she could feel it warming the tips of her wings. The star seemed to hang high above a small building that looked like a stable. Many people were crowding around the building, and Maya heard them say that they were there to see a baby, a special baby, who would change the world. So Maya learned that starlight and new life could brighten a winter's night. Here was the light of love and peace.
See the baby born in Bethlehem. Oh, won't you come and see the baby? Come and see the baby. Come and see the baby born in Bethlehem. The shepherds were tending their flocks on that night. When angels appeared and said, go and find the light shining bright. Come and see the baby. Come and see the baby born in Bethlehem. Oh, won't you come and see the baby? Come and see the baby. Come and see the baby born in Bethlehem. The star shone a light o'er the place where he lay. The babe in a stable was sleeping in the hay. Born today, oh, won't you come?
Angels sing of peace on earth.
Oh, won't you come?
Shepherds celebrate the birth.
Oh, won't you come?
Wise men bring your gifts for him.
And go to Bethlehem. Oh, won't you come and see the baby? Come and see the baby. Come and see the baby born in Bethlehem. Oh, won't you come and see the baby? Come and see the baby. Come and see the baby born in Bethlehem. Oh, won't you come and see the baby? Come and see the baby. Come and see the baby born in Bethlehem. Oh, won't you come and see the baby? Come and see the baby. Come and see the baby born in Bethlehem. Come and see the baby born in Bethlehem.
Sitting in the darkness of her own sky, she remembered all she had learned about hope and faith, courage and justice, love and peace. And she gazed over the horizon to see a soft glow. Not the sun, as she knew. She remembered in every part of the sky, the people had learned that when the sun had retired for the season, they could kindle their own light and celebrate in their own way.
As she sat on the horizon, Maya felt lonely in the dark and cold and wondered how she might light her corner of the sky the way her neighbors did. But it wouldn't work to just copy their ways. She had to find her own light. She could feel it right there in her own heart, but what to do?
Maya, what did you learn?
It was a spark, a small light, perhaps, but her own light she had sheltered in her heart. The spirit whose voice was the wind, whose shape is a flame which lives in hearts. And Maya's going to put her hands over her heart. Maya had a light to guide her and a flame to warm her. But how could she bring it out?
Maya stood up and gazed around. She stared across the universe.
Maya, what do you see?
Her eyes came to rest upon the sliver of a crescent moon. Standing on her tippy toes, flapping her wings ever so gently, Maya stretched and leaned and reached out until she grabbed hold of the moon and brought it into her corner of the sky.
She turned it on her side to make a glowing bowl. No, not quite right, but wait. A small star lay just over there. Maya snagged it and placed it above the bowl. And yes, that was it, a chalice to hold her light.
Yay! Thank you so much, 1U players. Woohoo! And look at our angel here. Yes. Sophia Lyon-Faz said, "For so the children come, and so they have been coming, always in the same way they come, born of the seed of man and woman. No angels herald their beginnings, no prophets predict their future courses, no wise men see a star to show where to find the babe that will save humankind. Yet, each night a child is born is a holy night. Parents sitting beside their children's cribs feel glory in the sight of a new life beginning. They ask, where and how will their new life end? Or will it ever end? Each night a child is born is a holy night, a time for singing, a time for wondering, and a time for worshiping. Beloveds, worship has ended, and now the service truly begins. And please say with me the words to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish the flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.